joined here by Australian Scud 18 crew, Dan and Liesl. Dan, 2 races today in Weymouth. How was day 1 for you?
Well, it started out very long. We had like delays for many hours, and so it was a late start, but we got out there and the wind was a bit unsettled, didn't really know what it wanted to do, and so we waited a bit more out on the water, and finally we got a couple of races away and we had a very good day. I think we're winning both races, but the first one we got a bit rolled right at the end, but by another Australian team, so it's not too bad. So we end up with a 1 and a 2.
So Liesl, happy after day 1?
Absolutely, it's been an awesome preparation. I mean, I think Dan and I was really clear how competitive we are when we missed first place in that first race by about that much, and we both turned around and we were pretty dirty out there. It was not good at all. We lost the race for ourselves, so yeah, but a 2 and a 1 can't go better. Or you can go a little bit better.
And Dan, 3 Australian boats up the front of the fleet. It must be a good feeling from an Australian perspective?
Yeah, no, Adrian Finglas is doing an awesome job. He's got us all going well, and our biggest competitions are from the other Australian teams, which is really good for us. So it's like making us better, and I think it's awesome for Australia. And yachting in Australia, it's awesome.
And Liesl, a bit of a shortened preparation for you, only arriving in town in Weymouth on Saturday. How are you feeling?
Well, the 4:47 wake up would have been good for 11 o'clock start, but then it drags out and drags out. I've got to get used to the sailing late starts and postponements, and that was really hard for me. And then we got out there for a 1 o'clock start and we didn't start till after 2. It's like, whoa, come on, hungry, come on, what's going on here? Yeah.
So it's as much mental preparation as it is physical for you guys?
Oh yeah, I mean all this practice is absolutely awesome, but it's going to be really tough securing a spot in the Paralympic team. So yeah, every single race out there today's part of our training program, part of cutting it for the Australian Paralympic team.
Joined by Australian women's match racing team crew Nikki Suter, Jess Eastwell and Lucinda Woody. Just come in after first day of racing. Nikki, how was your day?
Yeah, we had a good day, a long day. We went out on the water at 11 o'clock and it's 5 o'clock now, so 6 hours on the water for 3 15-minute races seems like a long time. The breeze kind of shut down in the middle of the day. That delayed racing around lunchtime for a little bit, but we had good breeze in the afternoon.
And Jess, you had one really close race out there with a nice tight finish. Tell us about that one.
Yeah, it was a very tight finish, and we were able to chip away down the last run against the Chinese, and we ended up just getting a penalty on them just before the finish line. So through a jibe, just a port starboard incident. So yeah, we were happy to get that win under our belts.
And overall, how was your record today?
We finished with 2 wins and 1 loss, so not a bad day.
And listen to your first day racing together as a combination. How was day 1?
Overall pretty good. A few teething problems in communication, but we're going home to sort that out. And yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow.
And what does tomorrow bring for you guys?
Tougher races.
Yeah. And 4 wins.
And hopefully some more breeze.
Yeah, because of our seeding, we race the lower ranked teams today, so we've got 4 of the higher ranked teams tomorrow, so it'll be good, a little bit stronger competition and will push us a little bit further.
Nathan Ian, first 3 races done and dusted here in Weymouth in the 49er class. Nathan, how was day 1 for you?
It was a pretty tough day for us. We sort of first group to go out and had 2 races in some really light and variable stuff, and we managed a 7 in and a 5, and then we came back in and had about 4 hours on shore before going back out and doing a race tonight, and where we got a 6th. So you know, it wasn't a terrible first day, but you know, something to build on for the rest of the event.
Ian, with a big gap like that in the middle of the day, how do you keep yourselves focused and ready to go?
You just try to take your mind off it and not think about it too much. Like we sat up in the club for a fair while and just had a chat and played Uno, and you try to have a bit of a break, you know.
And Nate, was it different conditions from this morning to this afternoon?
Yeah, this afternoon was really nice. We had like 12 knots, sort of nice sea breeze, and you know, it was really good racing, and you know, there was 8 boats at the front of the fleet, you know, neck and neck the whole way around, and we were sort of stuck in the middle of it for most of the race and ended up with a 6, but yeah, much nicer this afternoon than what we had this morning. And
Ian, conditions are supposed to be a bit stronger tomorrow?
Yeah, it's a stronger forecast tomorrow, and we'll look forward to that. We did a little bit tough this morning with the light fluky conditions. It was a bit of a lottery, so it'll be good tomorrow once we're actually out racing, and maybe the good people will come to the fore, and there'll be less of the back guys getting lucky.
Matt Belcher and Malcolm Page, Australian Sailing Team 470 crew. Just finished day one of racing here in Weymouth. Matt, how was day one for you?
It was an interesting day. Obviously the first nerves from a lot of teams, so the racing was very intense. We started okay. We're trying a few different things here, trying a different rig than we used last week. But we're in a good position. Had a couple of incidences and lost a bit. I'm not sure where we finished first race, but we got our act together and won the last one. So we're looking forward to tomorrow and sort of settling things down.
And Mal, as Matt said, a few instances in the first race, but you guys still managed to put that behind you and come back with a win in the second one.
Yeah, you've got to, whatever happens in the past is in the past, and I suppose that was a good reminder or a lesson in that first race to, and when we didn't capture, when we made the mistakes, we didn't really capture it immediately straight away. So it was good to come out in the second race and actually muscle it out, so to speak, and get back into the end of the fleet that we like.
Matt, you got a very competitive fleet here, and for a lot of guys, this regatta means a lot to them. Could you tell that with some of the nerves from some of your competitors on the start line?
Probably not so much. It's more obvious on land actually. Just as you walk around the boat park, everyone's quite focused on what they're doing and very quiet and don't really say hello as normal. But it is very important. I guess it's the same for next year. So it's just the way people handle it, and you've got to race clean and do your thing, and try not to have any incidents. So it's a good lesson for us. See how we go.
And Mal, the win last week in Holland was a big step for you guys towards qualification for London. Does that mean that you guys can have a little bit of a different focus for this regatta?
Yeah, sure. It certainly has opened up options in that sense. We originally said we're doing the full program for that reason. Well, one of the reasons being so we could, give ourselves every chance to do the Olympic qualifier. And since we've done that, that's great. But saying that, we haven't changed our program. We're still going to use the opportunity here in Europe to do every regatta and to bang heads with every top guy around. But instead of, I suppose, being more conservative with our equipment, we're actually going to open ourselves up and experiment and spin the dial and really see if we can find something special or an edge that we mightn't have found without that opportunity. So, hopefully we come up with something, but worst case is if we don't, we're still in a good spot. So, we'll only learn from it, so it's all good.
And Matt, finally, some tricky conditions today. Do you know what you're expecting tomorrow?
A little bit more wind tomorrow. I'm not sure. The forecast is sort of system orientated, so it's been changing every day. But I think we're expecting about 17 to 20, 22 knots. So be able to stretch your legs, which would be nice.